Welcome back to my channel, The Coins World. Today we take a deep look into the Philippine 1 piso 1990 coin. At first glance, it may look like just another everyday coin, but once we uncover its history, design, and meaning, you'll realize that this little piece of metal carries a powerful story about the Philippines and its people. The 1 piso coin of 1990 belongs to the new design series, which was first introduced by the Central Bank of the Philippines in 1983. This series aimed to modernize Philippine currency, making it more durable, practical, and nationally symbolic. On the obverse side of the 1991 piso, you will see the bust of Jose Rizal, the national hero of the Philippines. His placement on the coin was intentional. Rizal symbolizes sacrifice, intellectual brilliance, and the fight for independence. The reverse side shows the seal of the Bangko Central ng Pilipinas BSP surrounded by the words Republica ng Pilipinas. This seal represented stability, authority, and the country's commitment to monetary progress. The coin was minted in copper nickel, making it more resilient than earlier series. At 24 millimeters in diameter, it was small enough for everyday convenience, but large enough to distinguish easily in circulation. In 1990, the Philippines was under the administration of President Corazon Aquino, a time of rebuilding democracy after the long years of martial law. Coins like the 1 piso carried deeper meaning because they were symbols of a nation in transition. The new design series was a major shift from the flora and fauna series of the 1970s. Instead of plants and animals, the focus was placed back on historical figures and state symbols, strengthening patriotic pride. The 1 piso 1990 became one of the most widely used coins of the decade. From jeepney rides to sari-sari store purchases, it passed through the hands of millions of Filipinos daily, becoming part of everyday life. But despite its everyday use, the 1990 piso now has growing collector interest. Coins from this year are valued not only for their history but also for their preservation, with high-grade uncirculated specimens being harder to find. The coin also reflects the economic struggles of the late 1980s and early 1990s. Inflation was slowly eroding the value of money, making the piso less powerful than in previous decades. Yet it remained the backbone of small transactions. It reminds them of the markets, bus rides, and childhood snacks that cost just 1 peso at the time. Holding the coin today is like holding a snapshot of the early 1990 South Philippines. The 1990 piso was mass-produced, but as with any circulating coin, many examples were lost, scratched, or corroded through heavy use. Finding one in pristine condition today is not easy, and this rarity adds to its collector appeal. Minting technology in 1990 ensured sharper strikes and cleaner engravings compared to earlier decades. That's why Rizal's features on the obverse are well defined and the BSP seal on the reverse carries intricate detail. However, like all coins, errors exist. Off-center strikes, double dies, or planchette flaws from the 1990 issue can fetch much higher prices in auctions and online platforms such as eBay. Another fascinating aspect is the psychological impact of this coin. For many Filipinos, the 1 piso was not loose change but actual spending power. With it, you could buy candies, snacks, or even ride part of a jeepney route. The 1990 piso was also widely used in savings. Many households kept jars full of piso coins, teaching children the importance of thrift and financial responsibility. In terms of cultural symbolism, Rizal on the coin reinforced his immortal status as the face of the nation. By placing him on the most common coin, the government ensured that every Filipino carried a reminder of Rizal's sacrifice in their pocket. 1993, the Bangko Central ng Pilipinas was reorganized under a new charter, which led to slight design changes in coins. This makes the 1990 version an important pre-transition piece. The design itself was simple yet powerful. The left-facing bust of Rizal conveyed intellect and strength, while the reverse gave a modern institutional look with the BSP seal. This contrast between heritage and progress was the coin's deeper message. Interestingly, 1990 was also a year when the Philippine economy was slowly opening up to globalization. The piso coin was circulating in a society that was balancing tradition with modernization. From a numismatic perspective, the 1990 piso is not extremely rare, but its condition, year, and variety play a huge role in its value. Proof like strikes or error coins are especially valuable on platforms like eBay. A circulated 1990 piso might sell for a modest amount, but uncirculated or graded coins can fetch much higher prices, especially among Filipino coin collectors. Abroad, auction houses that specialize in world coins have also begun recognizing Philippine coins from the 1980s and 1990s as emerging collectibles, slowly increasing their international demand. The 1990 piso is also significant because it represents stability after political turmoil. At a time when the Philippines was searching for unity, this coin silently played its role as a daily companion of the people. Even today, many collectors consider it one of the most iconic coins of the late 20th century. Philippines journey of the Philippine 25 centimo coin of 1987, a small denomination that carries within it layers of history, culture, and national identity. This coin may look simple, but its story is anything but ordinary. By the time you finish this video, you'll see how 25 centimo coin minted in 1987 reflects not only the economy of its time but also the broader political and social landscape of the Philippines. The 25 centimo 1987 coin was introduced shortly after one of the most transformative events in Philippine history, the People Power Revolution of 1986, with the fall of Ferdinand Marcos and the rise of Corazon Aquino as the country's first female president. The Philippines entered a new chapter of democracy. This coin, minted under the new government, carried with it the spirit of transition and renewal. On its obverse side, the coin features the portrait of Juan Luna, one of the greatest Filipino painters and patriots. Luna's works, especially his masterpiece, Spoliarium, embodied themes of struggle, sacrifice, and hope for freedom. Having his face engraved on the coin was a powerful choice, connecting everyday courtesy with the cultural pride and revolutionary fervor of the Filipino people. The reverse of the 1987 25 centimo coin bore the seal of the Central Bank of the Philippines, an institution that was tasked with rebuilding economic stability. After years of turbulence under martial law, coins such as these were not only used for small purchases but also symbolized the government's attempts to create a sense of normalcy in a recovering nation. Made from copper nickel, the coin was durable enough for circulation across decades. In 1987, 25 centimo was a meaningful denomination. Jeepney fares, candies, and small market items often involved this coin, making it an everyday necessity for millions of Filipinos. The introduction of this coin also reflected a broader effort to redefine national identity. Gone were the Engi Bagang Lipunan inscriptions that had dominated coins under Marcos. Instead, the new coinage placed emphasis on heroes and symbols of pride that transcended political regimes. The coin's design carried a clean, straightforward aesthetic. Luna's portrait was sharp and dignified, surrounded by inscriptions that highlighted his name and the coin's value. On the reverse, the central bank's seal reinforced trust in the government's ability to stabilize the peso. The year 1987 was crucial for the Philippines. It was the time of rebuilding democratic institutions, writing a new constitution, and setting the direction for the country's future. Thus, every coin minted during this period represented not just monetary exchange but also the people's renewed hope for democracy. From a collector's standpoint, the 1987 25 centimo coin has become a popular item. While not extremely rare due to its mass production, uncirculated versions or coins preserved, the Philippine to piso coin from 1985 belongs to the Engi Bagang Lipunan ABL series, which was issued during the presidency of Ferdinand E. Marcos. The ABL series started in 1975 as part of a political and economic reform program following the declaration of martial law in 1972. These coins were intended not only as currency but also as symbols of the new society vision that Marcos promoted. The ABL coins were distinctive because they bore the inscription Engi Bagang Lipunan on the obverse side, meaning the new society in Filipino. This inscription reflected the government's attempt to emphasize modernization, discipline, and national identity. The 19852 piso coin features a left-facing portrait of Andres Bonifacio, one of the key figures in the Philippine Revolution against Spain in 1896 and the founder of the Katipunan. Around the portrait is the inscription Republica Ng Pilipinas, the denomination to piso, the year of minting 1985. The slogan Ng Bagang Lipunante, reverse, displays the seal of the Central Bank of the Philippines, Bangko Sentral Ng Pilipinas, as used from 1978 to 1993. surrounded by decorative elements. The seal symbolizes economic stability, trade, and monetary policy during that era. Its large size and heavy weight gave it a distinctive feel compared to other coins in circulation. The 2 piso denomination was relatively high value in 1985. During that period, 2 pesos could purchase small meals, multiple jeepney rides, or several goods at public markets. However, the Philippine economy was struggling with high inflation, foreign debt, and political unrest during the final years of the Marcos regime, which affected the real purchasing power of the coin. Political symbolism. As part of the Engi Bagang Lipunan series, the coin was a constant reminder of Marcos's political branding and the era's propaganda. National identity, featuring Andres Bonifacio, placed emphasis on the revolutionary spirit and independence, appealing to patriotic sentiment. The 1985 issue was among the last in the ABL series. After the People Power Revolution of 1986 and the fall of Marcos, coins with the Engi Bagang Lipunan inscription were gradually phased out in favor of new designs under President Corazon Aquino. The 1985 2 piso coin is popular among collectors of modern Philippine coins, especially those interested in the martial law era. Circulated examples are fairly common but can still fetch Philippine peso 50, Philippine peso 150 depending on condition. Uncirculated or mint condition pieces can be worth Philippine peso 300, Philippine peso 600 or more, particularly if kept in original mint packaging. Proof or specimen strikes, if available, are significantly more valuable. The 20510 piso coin belongs to the BSP New Design series, which was launched in 2000 as a replacement for earlier denominations. The introduction of the 10 piso coin marked a major shift in Philippine currency because it replaced the 10 peso banknote that had been in circulation for decades. The goal was to extend the life of the denomination, since coins last much longer than paper money. The late 1990s, inflation in the Philippines had reduced the value of money. The 10 peso note, which had been commonly used for jeepney fares, school allowances, and groceries, was wearing out quickly. On average, paper bills lasted less than a year before being too worn for use. Coins, however, can last decades. Thus, the BSP decided to issue the 10 piso as a bimetallic coin, making it more durable, secure, and practical. 2005 10 piso coin was bimetallic, meaning it was made from 2 different metals. Andres Bonifacio, the father of the Katipunan, was a revolutionary leader who sparked the 1896 Philippine Revolution against Spanish colonial rule. By pairing Mabini and Bonifacio, the coin honored 2 contrasting but equally important figures, the strategist and the fighter. 10 piso coin was the first Philippine coin to adopt a bimetallic design, which made it harder to counterfeit. Its unique golden ring and silver center stood out from all other denominations. This design was similar to other countries' high-value coins, like the €2 or the British £2, which also used bimetallic technology. The coin replaced the 10 peso note, which featured Mabini alone. Some Filipinos initially resisted the change, preferring paper money because it was lighter and easier to store. 2005 10 piso coin was widely circulated collector's value. Certain conditions and varieties. Coins with errors, misaligned strikes, double dies, missing details can fetch higher prices. Complete year sets of the bimetallic 10 piso series are popular among Philippine numismatists. 20510 piso coin represents everyday life in the mid-2000s. It was the go-to coin for transportation vending machines and daily allowance money for students. Its distinct look and heavy feel made it stand out among other coins. 20510 piso coin remained in circulation until the BSP introduced the new generation currency coin series in 2018. The newer 10 piso coin is smaller, single-colored, and features Apolinario Mabini only, not Bonifacio. 2005 bimetallic version remains a favorite among collectors because of its unique design and symbolic pairing of 2 revolutionary heroes. 2005 10 piso coin stands as a marker of Philippine history in several ways. It commemorates 2 national heroes central to independence. It represents a modernization of Philippine currency with advanced anti-counterfeiting measures. It reflects the economic realities of the early 2000s, when inflation demanded durable coins for daily use. The Philippine 10 piso coin of 2005 is more than just money. We are diving deep into the history and fascinating details of the Philippine 25 centimo coin from 2015. At first glance, This coin might look like an ordinary piece of everyday change, but hidden within its design and background is a long and captivating story that reflects the Philippines' culture, heritage, and economic journey. So get ready, because what you are about to learn might completely change the way you look at a simple 25 centimo. The 2015 Philippine 25 centimo belongs to the new generation currency NGC series of coins that were introduced by the Banco Central NG Pilipinas BSP2, modernized the nation's coinage system. This series was officially released in 2011, but the 25 centimo coins dated 2015 stand out as part of the continuous minting that ensured wide circulation. The main reason behind the launch of the new generation currency series was to update the country's coinage, improve durability, and integrate more secure designs against counterfeiting. The BSP wanted to reflect national symbols and heritage while also giving Filipinos coins that were practical for daily use. The 25 centimo 2015 coin is made of brass-bladed steel, giving it a golden appearance. This shift in composition made the coin lighter, more affordable to produce, and resistant to corrosion. It is small in size, fitting perfectly with its role as a minor denomination in the Philippine economy. On the obverse side of the coin, you will find the image of a Philippine national hero, Andres Bonifacio, known as the father of the Philippine Revolution. Bonifacio symbolizes bravery and the Filipino spirit of independence. Including him on the coin was a powerful reminder of the nation's struggle for freedom. The obverse also includes inscriptions such as Republica NG Pilipinas and the year of minting, 2015. These elements root the coin in its national identity, while making sure it is easily recognizable in circulation. On the reverse side, the coin showcases the logo of the Banco Central NG Pilipinas. The logo, redesigned in 2010, features an eagle in flight, symbolizing strength and vision, as well as a sun and 3 stars, representing unity, freedom, and democracy. The reverse design emphasizes that every coin is a product of the BSP, tying it to the authority responsible for maintaining the nation's financial stability. It is not just a piece of metal, it is a reflection of the country's economic structure. By 2015, the Philippine economy was experiencing growth, and coins like the 25 centimo played an important role in everyday transactions. Although considered a small denomination, it was still essential for public transportation fares, small goods in local markets, and everyday trade. What makes the 25 centimo coin historically significant is its representation of a transition. By 2015, coins from the previous BSP coin series were still in circulation, but the new generation currency. This overlap meant that Filipinos were holding both old and new coins at the same time. The 2015 centimo became a bridge between the old coinage and the more modern, streamlined designs of today. Collectors often find the 2015 issue interesting because it reflects the midpoint of the new generation currency series' early years. While it is not considered rare, it is a key part of understanding the complete series. Andres Bonifacio's portrait on the coin makes it even more meaningful. His leadership of the Katipunan and his vision for a free Philippines give this small coin a weight of national pride. The coin measures 20 millimeters in diameter and is lightweight, making it easy to use in circulation. But despite its small size, the cultural symbolism it carries is immense. One fascinating aspect about the 2015 centimo is its role in teaching history. Younger Filipinos who may not learn about Bonifacio in detail are still reminded of him every time they see this coin. Economically, coins like the 25 centimo help reduce dependence on paper bills for smaller transactions. Coins last much longer than paper money, which saves the government money in the long run. The brass-bladed steel used for this coin gave it a shiny golden look when freshly minted. Over time, these coins may darken, but that natural aging process also tells a story of years of circulation. Many Filipinos remember using this coin for jeepney rides, sari-sari store purchases, and even school canteen snacks. That makes it not just currency, but also a piece of everyday life and memory. The design of the coin also highlights the importance of national heroes in shaping identity. By placing Bonifacio on the 25 centimo, the BSP reminded citizens that even small denominations can honor great sacrifices. The BSP logo on the reverse reinforces the trust placed in the central bank. Every coin serves as a guarantee of authenticity and economic stability. For collectors, the 2015 25 centimo is affordable, but in pristine condition or uncirculated state, it can be a valuable addition to a complete NGC collection. Online marketplaces such as eBay often list these coins in sets or as part of bulk coin sales, while individually they may not fetch high prices. Their historical and educational value keeps them relevant. In the future, coins like the 2015 issue may become more collectible, especially once they are eventually replaced by new designs in coming years. The presence of Andrés Bonifacio adds long-term desirability to the coin, as coins featuring national heroes often hold enduring appeal. Even though it is common today, the coin tells a story of modernization, patriotism, and cultural pride in the Philippines. The year 2015 marked a time when the Philippines was strengthening both its economy and its cultural representation. And this coin mirrors that development. When viewed in a collection, the 2015-5 centimo stands out. Today we are going to dive deep into the fascinating history of the Philippine 5 piso coin of 2016, a coin that may look ordinary in your hand but is full of stories, symbolism, and cultural significance. By the end of this journey, you'll see how this single coin reflects the heritage of the Philippines and why collectors are paying close attention to it. Let's begin. The Philippine 5 piso coin issued in 2016 is part of the new generation currency NGC coin series, a series that was launched by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas (BSP) to modernize the country's circulating currency and improve security against counterfeiting. It represented not just an update in design, but also a step toward reshaping the nation's image through its money. The obverse of the 2016 5 piso coin features the portrait of Andrés Bonifacio, the father of the Philippine Revolution. Bonifacio was a key figure in the struggle against Spanish colonial rule in the late 19th century, and his inclusion on the coin marked a strong recognition of his role as one of the country's greatest heroes. This was a significant change because the older series featured Emilio Aguinaldo on the 5 piso coin, making the 2016 version stand out historically. The reverse side shows the logo of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, updated in 2010 to reflect a modern and dynamic institution. Surrounding it are clean, simple elements that emphasize the coin's new design philosophy: minimalist, secure, and symbolically strong. The year 2016 itself was significant in Philippine coinage history because it marked the full introduction of the new series into circulation. Many Filipinos were surprised when they first saw the redesigned 5 piso coin, as it was smaller, lighter, and shinier compared to the previous issues. The material composition was nickel-plated steel, making it resistant to rust and wear while also giving it a bright silvery appearance. The 2016 5 piso coin also sparked public attention because of its shape and size. Some even mistakenly confused it with smaller denominations such as the 1 piso, leading to everyday challenges in transactions. Despite these confusions, the coin carried strong historical meaning and cultural value because of its depiction of Bonifacio. Andrés Bonifacio's inclusion was deliberate and symbolic. Known as the Supremo of the Katipunan, Bonifacio organized Filipinos to rise against Spanish colonial powers through courage, leadership, and sacrifice. By placing his image on the coin, the BSP ensured that every Filipino who handled the 5 piso would be reminded of the hero's bravery and enduring legacy. Collectors found the 2016 5 piso coin intriguing because it was the first release of a new design series. First issues in coin series often become collectible, especially if later versions undergo further changes. Indeed, in 2017 the BSP modified the 5. Today, we'll explore the story of the Philippine 1 piso coin minted in 1978. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary coin, but once we unfold its history, you'll discover that it reflects not only the Philippines' economic conditions but also its cultural identity during the late 1970s. The 1 piso coin from 1978 was part of the Flora and Fauna series, a coinage design introduced in 1975 by the Central Bank of the Philippines. This series was a major departure from earlier coins that heavily emphasized political and historical figures. The reason behind the Flora and Fauna series was to highlight the Philippines' natural heritage, showcasing its plants and animals as a source of national pride. Instead of faces of leaders or heroes, the coin featured local flora and fauna that symbolized the richness of Philippine biodiversity. On the obverse of the 1978 1 piso coin, however, we still see a portrait of Jose Rizal, the beloved national hero. His image was chosen because Rizal is not only a revolutionary figure but also a representation of knowledge, reform, and patriotism. On the reverse, the coin displayed a stylized image of a coconut tree, one of the most important crops of the Philippines. Known as the tree of life, the coconut has been a vital resource for centuries, providing food, shelter, and economic opportunities. The choice of the coconut tree symbolized both the agricultural economy of the Philippines and the resilience of its people. It was a subtle reminder of the importance of agriculture even in a rapidly modernizing world. The coin was minted in copper nickel, with a diameter of about 29 millimeters and a weight of around 9.5 grams, making it one of the larger and heavier circulating coins of its time. During the late 1970s, the Philippines was under the government of President Ferdinand Marcos. The coin reflects both his administration's push for modernization and the desire to present the Philippines as a nation rich in resources and culture. The introduction of the Flora and Fauna series also coincided with a period when the Philippines was trying to promote its natural wealth internationally, showcasing its biodiversity as unique and valuable. The 1 piso 1978 coin was widely circulated and became a common part of everyday transactions, from paying jeepney fares to buying bread in neighborhood bakeries. It carried immense practical value for ordinary Filipinos. For children of the time, the 1 piso coin carried special meaning. It was powerful enough to buy multiple snacks, candies, or even a small meal. It symbolized a time when the peso had stronger purchasing power. Collectors today view the 1978 piso as a coin of nostalgia. Many remember it not just as money but as part of their childhood, a reminder of simpler times in Philippine society. The coconut tree design is considered one of the most iconic elements of the Flora and Fauna series.